Welcome to this video on biomolecules. In this video, you will be introduced to biomolecules, proteins, polysaccharides, and metabolites. There is a wide diversity in living organisms in our biosphere. A fundamental question arises: are all living organisms made of the same chemicals, that is, elements and compounds? When we perform elemental analysis on plant tissue, animal tissue, or microbial paste, we obtain a list of elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and several others. Interestingly, these same elements are present in non-living matter, such as the Earth's crust. The key difference lies in the relative abundance of carbon and hydrogen, which is higher in living organisms than in the Earth's crust. Living matter contains a higher percentage of carbon and hydrogen and is organized into complex organic molecules. Non-living matter has a lower percentage of carbon and hydrogen, and elements exist in simpler compounds. Both contain oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, and other elements. Now, let's learn how to analyze chemical composition. To determine the organic compounds in living organisms, chemical analysis is performed. This involves grinding living tissue in trichloroacetic acid to obtain two fractions: the acid-soluble pool, called the filtrate, and the acid-insoluble fraction, called the retentate. Thousands of organic compounds have been identified in the acid-soluble pool. These compounds, extracted from living tissues, are called biomolecules. In elemental analysis, elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and others are revealed in living tissues. This also shows their relative abundance compared to non-living matter. Compound analysis identifies organic compounds such as amino acids, nucleotide bases, fatty acids, and inorganic compounds like sulfates and phosphates. Amino acids. Amino acids are organic compounds containing an amino group and an acidic group attached to the same carbon atom, which is called the alpha carbon. Hence, they are called alpha-amino acids. They are substituted methanes. There are four substituent groups occupying the four valency positions: a hydrogen atom, a carboxyl group, an amino group, and a variable R group. Based on the nature of this R group, there are many amino acids. However, only 20 types occur in proteins. For example, when the R group is hydrogen, it is glycine. When it is a methyl group, it is alanine. When it is a hydroxy methyl group, it is serine. Types by functional groups: acidic amino acids like glutamic acid, basic amino acids like lysine, neutral amino acids like valine. A special category is the aromatic amino acids, which include tyrosine, phenylalanine, and tryptophan, containing aromatic rings. Both the amino group, denoted NH2, and the carboxyl group, denoted COOH, are ionizable. The structure of an amino acid changes depending on the pH of the solution. Lipids. Lipids are generally water-insoluble biomolecules. Simple lipids include fatty acids, which have a carboxyl group attached to an R group ranging from a methyl group to longer carbon chains. Fatty acids can be saturated, meaning without double bonds, or unsaturated, meaning with one or more carbon-carbon double bonds. Another simple lipid is glycerol, also known as trihydroxypropane. Many lipids combine glycerol and fatty acids in esterified forms, creating mono, di, and triglycerides, commonly known as fats and oils. Fats and oils differ based on melting point. Oils have lower melting points and remain liquid at room temperature. Phospholipids contain phosphorus and a phosphorylated organic compound and are found in cell membranes like lecithin. Complex lipids are found in neural tissues and have more complex structures. Nitrogen bases, nucleosides, and nucleotides. The 5 nitrogen bases are adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil. These are heterocyclic ring compounds. When a nitrogen base attaches to a sugar, it forms a nucleoside. For example, adenosine and guanosine. When a phosphate group attaches, it forms a nucleotide. For example, adenylic acid. Nucleic acids like DNA and RNA are polymers made up of nucleotide units. DNA contains adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. RNA contains adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. They function as genetic material in living organisms. Nucleic acids belong to the acid-insoluble fraction of living tissues, along with polysaccharides and polypeptides. Each nucleotide is made up of a nitrogenous base, a monosaccharide sugar, and phosphoric acid. Primary and secondary metabolites. Primary metabolites are molecules like simple sugars and amino acids essential for life processes. Secondary metabolites, found in plants, fungi, and microbes, include compounds like alkaloids, flavonoids, and pigments. While primary metabolites are vital for survival, the roles of many secondary metabolites are unknown, though they are valuable to humans for drugs, dyes, spices, and scents, and also have ecological importance. Now, let's move to biomacromolecules. Biomolecules are divided based on molecular weight. Micromolecules have a molecular weight less than 1000 daltons. Macromolecules or biomacromolecules have higher weights and are found in the acid-insoluble fraction. 4 major types of organic macromolecules are proteins, nucleic acids, polysaccharides, and lipids. Except lipids, these have molecular weights exceeding 10,000 daltons. Interestingly, lipids, despite their lower molecular weight, appear in the macromolecular fraction because they form vesicles during tissue grinding, which are not water-soluble. Let's study proteins. Proteins are essential heteropolymers made from 20 types of amino acids linked by peptide bonds. Some of these amino acids are essential in the diet, while others are synthesized by the body. Proteins are vital nutrient sources for all living organisms. Collagen is the most abundant animal protein, and Rubisco is the most abundant protein in the biosphere. Some important protein are given as follows. Collagen forms the intercellular ground substance. Trypsin acts as an enzyme. Insulin functions as a hormone. Antibodies fight infectious agents. Receptors help in sensory reception, including smell, taste, hormone detection, and more. GLUT4 enables glucose transport into cells. Now, let's discuss polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are long chains of sugars, forming thread-like structures with different monosaccharides as building blocks. They are another class of macromolecules found in the acid-insoluble pellet. Examples include cellulose, a homopolymer of glucose found in plant cell walls. Starch, the plant energy store. Glycogen, the animal energy store. Inulin, a polymer of fructose. Starch forms helical secondary structures that hold iodine, giving a blue color in the starch-iodine test. Cellulose lacks complex helices and does not hold iodine. Chitin is a complex polysaccharide found in arthropod exoskeletons, composed of amino sugars and modified sugars. In polysaccharides like glycogen, one end is the reducing end, the other is the non-reducing end. Glycogen has branches, creating a tree-like structure. We hope that you have understood the topic. You can now study chapter notes, watch video lectures and solve MCQ tests of this chapter on EduRev to ensure you score well in your exams. And that's not all. You also get amazing courses for maths, science, English, Hindi, and much more for NEET. Thank you.